that the views of Buganda Kingdom
I have
got
not.
lost.
I have not opened the debate yet. First,
No, not.
first wait. First
I was
wait.
just saying.
First wait.
No, we wanted to be withdrawn from the Hansard. It is bad. Yes, we wanted to be withdrawn.
Honorable Daddy, you have only 2 minutes.
Right, Honorable Speaker, in the law that I studied, in that I taught some people, some of whom are in this house, there is room for accepting under protest. I want to accept some of your directions because you are the Speaker, but under protest. Number one is lumping me up with people I have opted to disagree with, and therefore saying, all of you minority, you are lumped up together and you are given the same time. That's number one. Number two, that even where you, Right Honorable Speaker, and with immense respect, do not contain your members. You allow them to present for more than the time you had originally apportioned for all of us. Then when I come, you say 2 minutes. I know that in my wisdom, collected by age, among other things, I am able to present this in those 2 minutes or 5. But I also know that the country will not benefit. With that said, Right Honorable Speaker, let me thank my colleagues that have presented before, both majority and minority. Let me also associate with the bulk of the minority presentations to avoid repetitions. Why I opted to disagree with some of them, including the minority, is that I did not read any amendment purportedly presented by the Honorable Attorney General. My construction and understanding of the presentation by the Attorney General, I read it, I know he skillfully wrote in small words views of the Honorable Attorney General, and then in big letters on the Sovereignty Protection Bill. But I treat them not as an amendment. However, I treat them as views of a stakeholder.
Yes.
Reasons or points of dissent. I have summarized at page 1 the reasons for my dissent. Insufficient consultation on the bill by government and the committee. The bill inverts the constitutional concept of sovereignty in favor of the state in contravention of Article 1. The bill is accompanied with an incurably defective certificate of financial implication. The bill infringes various principles and articles of the Constitution. The bill does not cure any mischief and is therefore misconceived. The bill is redundant as there exists sufficient legal framework to cure any mischief. At page 2, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, 3.1 on insufficient consultation by the government and the committee, I have stated what you're able to read, but with emphasis on Article 1. I also emphasize that the consultations were conducted here and we've never moved anywhere outside Parliament, as if the rest of Ugandans have no views to contribute on such an important subject. Sadly, influencing government policy is sought to be criminalized in this bill. See clause 7.4 of the bill. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, at page 4, I traverse the reasons that I have given, and I cite the case of Malema Bidis and others versus Attorney General, Constitutional Petition number 2 of 2018, and the decision of court to the effect, in summary, that consultation is not cosmetic. but goes to the root of our constitutional governance. In 3.2, that the bill inverts constitutional concept of sovereignty in favor of the state and contraventions of Article 1 of the Constitution, I associate with the elaborated submissions of my colleagues to avoid wasting time and eating much into my 2 minutes. 3.3, Madam Speaker and colleagues, the bill does not cure any mischief and is therefore misconceived. And the summary of this, one is that there exists sufficient legal framework. But if you look at page 6 of my submission, it is sought to be understood that interference with the development and implementation of government policies and programs, which interference is funded by foreigners and agents, is the mischief. That foreign aid to civil society that comes along with conditions and parallel programs which conflict with government programs, this has given external donors, I understand, significant influence over the Uganda's political, social, and economic landscape, which has resulted into erosion of our values. See that the use of online platforms by foreigners and agents of foreigners to disseminate information facilitates social discord. The minority, and that is me now because it is a single man's minority report, note that the bill is misconceived since it is based on the wrong premise, that Uganda has no specific law upholding sovereignty of the country, which has resulted into continuous interference in the government's policies and programs by foreign countries and agents of foreigners. That no laws exist on the book to regulate activities of civil society, and that the law regulates the use of online platforms. I note that 1, the Constitution only guarantees sovereignty of the people as against the state. No wonder the laws of Uganda are silent on this matter. There exist laws which include, among others, the NGO Act, the Man Laundering Act, and the Penal Code, which are sufficient to guarantee our security and sovereignty. In addition, I note that the bill further is misconceived because it restricts funds procured from abroad, thereby indirectly affecting the operations of financial institutions and the Bank of Uganda. Let me note that the majority report was uploaded yesterday at 4, so this one is taken care of. And for that matter, I will proceed to the next. It creates a regulatory arbitrage by extending the bill to persons and institutions already regulated by other acts of Parliament. For emphasis, honorable colleagues, each and every sector we are talking about is regulated, including the political sector, which is sought to be the target of this. And you are able to read for yourselves A up to K at page 9. Right, Honorable Speaker.